So, okay, here's the thing. I just want to say, I do think Solid Snake's story after this is still very good. Like, Metal Gear Solid 4 is one of my favorite stories of all time, like, in a game, and it reminds me so much of something like Assassin's Creed Revelations. You know, like, these stories where it's, like, this hero that is, like, running out of time and only has... like, not only is dealing with something, but also dealing with their mortality. I really like that kind of thing. But that said... every single game in this franchise, including this game, I think, after this point, could have been the ending of the series. And I want more stories and stuff like that, but there are certain things that I don't really love the way they took them. Like, I don't love the way they take the Meryl stuff. She kind of just disappears from the series for a long time after this. There's too many things that they try to explain with science after this, which they were okay not doing in this game. Like, they had the biggest r/atheism hard-on for genetics I could have ever seen in a game in this. And they were still okay being like, yeah, Psycho Mantis was just a psychic.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
It doesn't need to be deeper than that. Like, it's just... it was not explainable.
Yeah.
You know? It wasn't like, well, he's a psychic because his dad kicked him in the head, and then he got his balls groped by, like, some kind of caribou in the Atlantic Ocean, and then... and then... Abraham Jefferson, or whatever the hell, Jim Houseman, inserted his nanomachines through his liquid snake into him. It's like, we didn't need all that. We just got, like, he was a psychic.
Yeah.
The end.
And it was fine.
Or, like, Raven.
Yeah.
Raven had some weird shit going on.
Yeah, he was a Native American.
That's weird. No, I'm just kidding. He was a Connorite. That's what you call... if you've never seen a Native American, but you happen to play, like, Assassin's Creed 3, maybe you lived in another country, you call them, like, the Connor folk. The other thing that sucked about this game... I mean, so the thing that sucks about playing these games is I love playing these games. I have no idea how good they'll do on the channel. It sucks it's so hard to talk during them because the stories are, like, so 5,000 layers deep, like, all the time, that if you talk through something, it's like you just missed an important thing.
Yeah.
And if you don't call everyone on the codec every 5 minutes, you miss something important. Like, there was even a thing we didn't get here, which I will show you, and I'll probably include in the Let's Play, like, before we close it out, which was a call with, it was a call with, what, Ocelot Gun Action Actor?
What was that?
They had one in MGS3 as well, for, like, actually spinning the gun and stuff.
Oh,
they had, like, real motion capture stuff. Well, anyway... I feel like, one, it's hard to talk during these games. Two, it's hard to actually see everything, because there were other secrets that I couldn't get to pop up, like a couple of the conversations with Mei Ling. And I'll show you one of those. I'll probably put it in here.
Don't forget to save your memories of me, too.
You can't save memories even on that system of yours. Memories are fragile things. After you reduce them to binary numbers and send them through the air, they're not memories anymore.
I wouldn't be so sure of that. There's nothing my system can't do.
Memories aren't just sounds and pictures. They exist somewhere between the sounds, between the pictures.
I don't get it. Anything can be done digitally.
If that's true, why don't you go ahead and try to save what I'm thinking right now?
I can't save that type of thing. You have to put it into words at least.
That's right. And that's what memories are. Wordless.
I guess overall, it's like I enjoy playing these games. I love this franchise. It's one of my favorite franchises. But it's also one of the franchises that when I play, I don't want to sound full of myself. But there are certain things where I see it and I'm like, I would not have written this that way at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things I see that I don't feel that way at all about. Maybe I wouldn't care as much if I didn't already love it. You know, like the nanomachine stuff and the Snake and Meryl stuff and skipping years ahead and all of these different things. I don't think I would have cared as much if I wasn't as into the series as I am. So maybe that's like a good thing in a way. Like, I care so deeply about the series that I'm like, I wish this was different. Not because I think it's bad, but because I think it could have been
better
or even more. you know?
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, I obviously haven't played every MGS game, but...
That's why I try to be careful what I say.
Yeah. I mean, I really like the games. I like Let's Playing them, so that's not what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying I find it hard to Let's Play.
You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live.
Just like we chose the frame rate to 1 here.
Whether you've been programmed or not isn't important. The important thing is that you choose life. And then live.
Yes, sir. The entire unit was wiped out. Yes. Yes, sir. Thanks to the vaccine. Yes, those 2 are still alive. The vector? Yes, sir. Fox Die should become activated soon. Right on schedule. Yes, sir. I recovered all of Rex's dummy warhead data. No, there are no other records. They've all been deleted from the base's computer. No, sir. My cover is intact. Nobody knows who I really am. Yes, the DARPA chief knew my identity, but he's been disposed of. Yes, Liquid is dead. The inferior one was the winner after all. That's right. Until the very end, Liquid thought he was the inferior one. Of course, the other one thinks so too. Yes, sir. I agree completely. It takes a well-balanced individual such as yourself to rule the world. Yes, sir. No, sir. No one knows that you were the third one, Solidus. What should I do about the woman? Yes, sir. I understand. The surveillance will continue. Yes. Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. President.
The President
By the
of the
way,
United States.
This line right here is also the reason why I feel like they could very easily retcon it that there's more snakes.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally just brought up Solidus.
Right.
And yet this whole game, he's like, well, actually, there's 2 of us, there were never more, and they all died, and it's like, yeah, well, the third one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, right there.
Well, he didn't know about it.
Right, exactly. And with all of
I was going to type in that...
Why did it matter?
I was going to type in that internet link that was on there.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
I wanted to see what it was.
I'm sure it just redirects to Konami now.
Okay.
Yeah, save. Sorry, I didn't know you were.
That's okay.
You didn't communicate.
I'm unimportant to people.
Well, you're supposed to communicate with your partner.
No. I don't do that. Hey, why is that one red? What makes the save
Red
file
save
red?
It's one of them Connor folk.
But yeah, no, I agree, kind of going back to our thing about MGS. I find them challenging to do Let's Plays of, and I don't really find this with any other game. Mm-hmm. You know, pretty much every other game we play, it's, you know, fairly easy to talk through and stuff. With this game, it's, like, impossible. Because, like, you talk, you joke around, and then, like, 2 minutes later, there's, like, hey, Snake, it's me, Campbell, again. I want to talk to you. And you're like, oh, okay.
When we get to MGS 5, it's way easier.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, so 2 is going to be that way, 3 is going to be... I think 3 is less that way, but it's still that way. 4 is entirely that way. I don't even know how we're going to do 4.
Right.
Because I feel like a bunch of people are going to be like, oh, well, why aren't you talking? But then there's always other people that are like, why are you talking? I want to hear this.
Yeah.
And I don't know what this is. It said it was a Meryl chapter, like a demo thing.
Oh.
That we could look at. But anyway, I just feel like it makes it hard to talk during... And these were created kind of before that era of Let's Plays.
Yeah.
So I don't think they ever even considered that.
Right.
When making the game.
I think my...
Stay alert. He'll be through here. I know it. I'm going to swat down a couple of bothersome flies.
You can
Oh,
talk.
I was gonna say I didn't know if this mattered. Overall, I actually really like this game. I thought it was fun. It's I think it was a great remake actually of the original.
Would you want to own it? Like, obviously the game.
If it wasn't so expensive, yes.
How expensive is it now?
I don't know.
I think I got mine for $70.
Okay.
Which I know is a lot, but considering that that's about what a new game is, I was kind of just okay with it.
Yeah. It's about $90-ish dollars.
Okay.
So
what
to
would
me,
you pay for it?
50 to 60 maybe.
Okay.
So I feel like it'd be a fun game to own, and it'd be a fun game to play again in the future. But I think the original. I like the original one better personally. But I thought this was a very fun new take on the game. You know, and I think about 90% of like the anime stuff I was fine with. There was a couple just ridiculous things that I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
But most of it I was okay with. You know, I didn't think like them doing backflips to dodge bullets was that stupid or distracting or anything like that. I just thought it was stupid when he's like dialoguing with Liquid, and Liquid's deciding to like do a quadruple barrel roll backflip, you know, roundhouse kick at nothing randomly. And you're just like, that was really dumb.
What am I?
So
What am I doing, by the way?
I don't know.
Like, what is this? It was supposed to be something with Meryl, but
I don't know.
you must find a way to okay. Like, what is this? I guess I'm just gonna exit out of it, because, like, how is this a Meryl chapter?
Basically it just says they show you all the cutscenes that you would get to see the Meryl ending for.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So basically it's like, I think it's like you beat the game with the Meryl ending, so
you watch the
therefore,
cutscenes.
yeah, they give you that. But if you beat the game, it looks like maybe with the Otacon ending, then you get those cutscenes.
Okay. That's interesting. So do you unlock anything after playing this game? Because in the original there was like the VR missions that you could play. But it kind of seems like in this one there's not.
Let's see. After beating Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, you unlock Boss Survival Mode, an alternate ending theme, and save icons for Meryl, Ninja, and Otacon. But I don't know if that's for like the GameCube version or...
And what the hell's up with the photo album? Like, I never found a camera. Was I supposed to?
Yeah, there's a camera in the game.
Okay, I just never found it.
Yeah, because there's a trophy for the one on the PS5 for taking a picture of Otacon's like otaku convention posters. So you have to find the camera, then run all the way back.
Where the hell was the camera? Can you look at that for me? Tell me where the camera was? Because I'm actually kind of curious about that.
Hiding won't help you. A gun's power isn't in its muzzle velocity.
I do like that they have a survival thing where you can play through the different boss fights.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. It's located in the Armory South. Blow up the hidden wall just to the right of where you blew up the wall to find Ocelot. After that, head into a level 6 door and crawl underneath the fence. So it's kind of in like that cave area.
Oh, I thought we did that.
I guess maybe we didn't. I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah, I guess that's where that was.
that's interesting. So yeah, what did you end up thinking about the game though? By the way, if you ever want to play this, you can just borrow it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the disc. You know?
Yeah.
You just feel like Let's Playing them was really difficult?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of my only complaint with these games, personally. Or this game, I mean. And the first one, because we Let's Played both of those so far. Is just I found it a little difficult to Let's Play, but that doesn't mean I disliked it or anything. So...
Guess I'm not good enough to do this without,
I guess...
Without any rations? You get no rations.
Oh, jeez.
So you just have to survive the best you can.
Yeah.
Are you excited to play 2 in the near future?
Yeah, I'm very excited to play 2.
I know you've been waiting to play 2 for a while.
I have.
I want that to be one of the next games we play. I think, didn't we say we were going to play COD MW3 though first?
Yeah.
Just because it's going to be shorter.
Yeah.
I feel like we could get through that in a couple of play sessions.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the COD campaigns are like max of 10 parts, and that's it. They're not very long.
Yeah, I don't remember how long the last one was. Like MW2?
Yeah, I can look it up quick. But overall, I really like the Metal Gear Solid games in general. I find them fun. I found the controls on this game just kind of confusing, but maybe it'd be better if I just played it, you know, more. Maybe then I'd understand the controls a little differently.
Look at this. Look, I got him. Oh, dang it. I had caught up to him.
Modern Warfare 1 is 17 parts, MW2 is 20 parts.
I mean, that makes sense.
So,
it's not like a short game, but it's
yeah.
definitely not long.
Right.
Was there anything that you didn't like about this game compared to the original? Or is there one that you prefer?
I think overall I prefer the original.
Mm-hmm. Well, why? What about it?
I think it's just... I think the original is just more classic. Mm-hmm. It has that more classic feel. This one to me felt like a... It felt like an alternate take on the classic game, which is cool. Mm-hmm. But it just kind of felt like an alternate take. Mm-hmm. Nothing about it felt glaringly different or anything like that, besides like the anime stuff. But I think they did. I think they overall just did a good job with the remake. You know, it's a pretty faithful remake in general. Mm-hmm.
I don't understand people hating it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, to me, it's fun. You know, I thought it was fun. I don't know. I thought it was fun. To me, I like the original better.
Yeah.
But this one I think is almost as good.
Did you think that the flipping and stuff did kind of take you out of some of it?
Yeah, like I said, just kind of that couple parts, which I only really noticed near the end of the game. You know, the beginning of the game, at least for the most part, I didn't really notice anything too obscene. But the ending of the game, it was just like every 3 seconds, we gotta do like 12 flips.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
But overall, you liked it.
Yeah, overall, I thought it was very fun.
I do think it's too bad
game.
it's just so hated.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't understand the hate, you know. To me, it's a fun game. Mm-hmm. I have zero problems with it, really.
Would you play it again?
Yeah.
Or if you were going to play this story, would you just play the original? That's kind of my...
Whoa, gee, you glitched. I mean,
Yeah,
I would be open to playing it again, but I don't know if this would be my preferred method to play again. Mm-hmm. Like, it might be one of those things that, you know, I might play it again eventually or something. But if I'm going to play this game again, I'd probably just play 1.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
well, I also think 1 is so much easier to play.
yeah, right.
I think the fact that... I'm just going to die here. I think the fact that they decided to not put this on Master Collection is weird to me. And I do kind of wonder, like, do you think it's a rights thing? Like, do you think it's because of
I think
Nintendo?
it is. I think it definitely is.
I just wonder what kind of rights Nintendo still has to this all these years later.
Yeah. And I've been kind of wondering about that with 358, too. With Kingdom Hearts, another series that we've been wanting to play soon.
Uh-huh.
I've been kind of wondering what kind of rights... Like, is there any rights that Nintendo's bringing up with... I don't even remember who off the top of my head who makes Kingdom Hearts. I should. Square Enix.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder if there's any rights with that game, but they did get Dream Drop Distance.
And they also got the cutscenes.
Yeah, so that kind of tells me that maybe it's just laziness, but I don't know. I mean, maybe there's some rights issues too. I mean, Nintendo's always kind of been a... I don't want to say greedy, but they've always been like a, we have our games and we like our thing kind of a company, which is fine, but it kind of creates difficulty when you're trying to remake or something, or port this game onto something else.
Right, because
So-
they just never want you to.
Yeah, right.
Overall, I really liked the game. I thought it was good. I don't know if I really have a preferred one. I just loved the original, and I actually really loved this too. I think I like the graphics of, a lot in this version.
Yeah,
Like,
me
I
too.
like actually being able to see Meryl instead of her just being like a glob of pixels.
Yeah.
And being able to get a look at Snake in his classic era outfit. from
Yeah, and a
MGS1.
shirtless outfit too.
And to me, you might want to move that away from the mic, just because I will monologue for a minute before we're done. To me, I feel like this game's existence does at least make it make sense that Snake is in Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Because you had Ghost Babel, and that was on the, I think, Game Boy Color, and that obviously had Solid Snake, but that would be a bit of a niche cut for, like, putting a Smash Bros. Character. That said, they were willing to do Piranha Plant, so anything's possible.
Yeah.
And Joker, who wasn't even in any exclusives.
Right.
And Final Fantasy VII was supposed to be on the Nintendo originally, and it had been the first Final Fantasy that I think wasn't mainly a Nintendo game.
Right.
So it's like, okay, well, that makes sense too, right? It's like you went a different direction, mainly because Nintendo was kind of pushing cartridges and they needed discs. And it's like, okay, well, I get Final Fantasy has a storied history on Nintendo. I get why you're still using Cloud in those games. But then with Snake, it was kind of like, I love Snake, but why is he here? Is it because of a Game Boy Color game? But I think this here, like this whole new retelling of MGS1 exclusive to the GameCube, it makes sense why he's there. It kind of solidifies him as not only having a past as a PlayStation character, but also as a Nintendo character. And I like seeing that. I liked being able to play it. It was a pain in the ass to emulate this, like to get it running. Oh, I'm sorry, to play it on a totally legitimate GameCube. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
A lot of people will never play this game if they don't preserve it, though. Because, like, most people don't own a GameCube anymore. They're not going to go buy one. Most people aren't going to be able to track the game down. While I think it's morally and should be legally acceptable to emulate a game you don't own if they refuse to sell it, I think that should be fine. Technically, it's legally not. So it's like you'd have to go track down a ROM of the game you don't own. I can dump the game because I have the disc,
Yeah.
but other people can't. So it's like a lot of people are never going to get to try this game at all. And part of me wonders if that's a little bit where some of the reputation of the game comes from, is people see some out of context dumb cutscene of Liquid, like rubbing his nipples and then doing 3 backflips onto Snake's erect Solid Snake.
Right.
And that's all they see. And they're like, oh, this is stupid.
Yeah.
And they don't actually get to play it. I mean, this literally is just the way this plays. I know you didn't love the controls, but the way this plays, this is just MGS2.
Right.
This is the gameplay of MGS2 and the graphics of MGS2. Just on Shadow Moses with the story of MGS1. And I think that was really cool to see. And in that way, it's kind of weird because there's almost a trilogy of this generation of games where MGS, Twin Snakes, MGS2, and MGS3 all have generally similar gameplay and generally similar graphics. And they look all the same.
Yeah.
Whereas like 4 doesn't match them, it's on the PS3, 5 is, different. 1 doesn't match them, it was very obviously a PS1 game. So it's kind of, this game to me, even though it's on the GameCube exclusively, it feels like it would have fit better with the other 2 MGS PS2 games.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it never got a PS2 port. Like, they never allowed it even years later. I'm just kind of shocked at that. Because it would have fit in gameplay-wise perfectly with MGS2 and 3. And so that's kind of the weirdest thing to me about this is it feels like you're playing MGS2 with the story of MGS1. And I kind of think a lot of people maybe who did get to play it didn't care for that. Like to them, MGS1 was this unique experience. There was no other MGS game like it. And then this comes along and it has the gameplay of 2. And I don't know, maybe that's part of what people didn't like too. I don't really know. I liked it. I'm glad I got to play it, but I'm sad the state of this game is only preserved through emulators by people who care, and the companies and all the people who made it are just kind of like, Yeah, that was a thing we did 20 years ago. All right. And it's just left there.
Yeah, well, and maybe that'll change, but we don't know that right now.
Yeah, maybe it'll be on Master Collection 2 or
Yeah.
like some kind of Nintendo Master Collection.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But obviously at the time of recording this, it hasn't been talked about in like 20 years. So we're kind of like, okay, maybe they just forgot.
It's what it feels like.
Yeah.
It feels like a piece of Metal Gear's history that was thrown to the side, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't it kind of... It feels to me like this game is like the way that Jim Houseman described the stakes. It's like, you were an embarrassment from the early 2000s on the GameCube. You were a mistake and we will bury you.
Yeah, pretty much.
And to me, I played this game and I found it fun. I didn't find it to be some embarrassing piece of garbage.
No, it was a good game.
But the way you hear about it online, you'd think that it like literally tracked down the creators of Metal Gear and, forcibly used their genes in them. I don't know. I don't get the hate. So if someone can describe, like, I might not agree with you, but if someone wants to explain why this is so hated, we've now played through the whole thing for ourselves. And I had played through half the game before we played this, and then I stopped because it was easier to record this way.
Yeah.
So it's like I've now played this game 1.5 times. I thought it was fun.
I've now played it for the first time too.
And you thought it was fun too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's like I'll say it again, I preferred the original, but this was fun. Mm-hmm. I didn't really have a lot of problems with it.
And I kind of think that with the balancing critique, which I understand, where they're like, well, being able to go into first person and shoot ocelots a lot easier. Okay, I get that. However, it was also needlessly annoying in the original.
Yeah.
Like certain things.
Right.
So I kind of feel like you got to pick and choose your poison there. Like there's negatives to either of those things.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll enjoy 2 even more, because 2, the story was built around this gameplay, Like, I mean, it wasn't rebalanced when they had to remake it. It's just the game is what it is.
Yeah.
So hopefully that will be more enjoyable for you. I don't know. Thank you to our members for watching this, and everyone else. If you want to join our channel memberships, we have some exclusive parts, things like that. I think I have like 40 to 50 videos that are exclusive to members on this channel. It might be more, because I know I have across both of my channels, I have like 120 or something crazy.
If there's not any nudes, it's not worth it to me.
Well, they can't be on YouTube, but maybe somewhere else.
Got it.
You never know.
Got it.
Do you have anything else before we wrap this up, since we've been sitting on the main menu for like 10 minutes?
Just the last thing I want to say is just, I'm very excited to get to MGS2. I played it a little bit on the PS3, and when I say a little bit, I mean like the first 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. I just turned it on, and then it was kind of like, okay, I just wanted a taste. Mm-hmm. But I've been waiting to get to that game, for a while. Like it's been exciting me.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to play that one.
So we'll play that very soon. I think we'll kind of crank through COD MW3 and then hit that.
Yeah.
But, well, thanks for watching. Make sure your snake is solid.
My snake is always solid.
Oh, I know. We'll see you soon.